Hi everyone, my name is Belle, and in this video I will try to show how you turn this text on the right, which is unprocessed, into the text on the left, which is processed in post-production in Photoshop. Everything is done in Photoshop, and you don't need any plugins or anything to be done. Everything is made vanilla Photoshop. So let's start. I'm gonna grab the Epic pen so I can mark anything because my Photoshop is in Portuguese because I am from Brazil. I also apologize for my voice. I am currently very sick, but I had a request made from Yani Bridges on Instagram and I could not attend it. I could not attend it and help it. I think attend is not the right word, but we're gonna ignore that. But I could not do it. So this is the comparison piece, just a PNG to compare both sides. But I have here the original unprocessed version because I always save the unprocessed versions, and the processed version, which is the final result. It's like after post-production, right? And I'm going to work with the original piece just to create. I always use EpiPen. I think I've mentioned it already because my Photoshop is in Portuguese, so I try to highlight any important numbers and everything. For anyone who's asking, this is Pinyin script. This is in Google Fonts, and this is Quarantype Joyride. This, and I can this, and this are stretch, and this is tilted backwards, so anyone can know. The first thing that I'm going to do is add a layer style to this one, to every single one actually of the texts present, of the types present in this composition, which is a basic bled out text effect. I'm going to show this right now. I have it saved. It's not in the right color, but right now it doesn't matter for this specific purpose. So it's got a color overlay, an outer glow, and these are the numbers, right? It's set in blending mode to normal, opacity to 100, 7% noise. The color you can choose. Right now it doesn't really matter because we're going to add a second version, a second process to that type. 39% spreader and 8 pixels wide, like the size is 8 pixels, and 100% scale, 0% shaking. I don't know what's that called, and it's a straight constant growth curve. I think that's what it's called. Just a normal curve. These are the numbers for the outer glow. And then the second thing that we have is 2 drop shadows, blending mode normal, 100% in opacity, 4%, 4 pixels in distance, 10% spreader, 6%, 6 pixels in size, normal curve, and 0% noise. And the thing that matters the most is this right here. I ticked off global lighting, and the angle is minus 180. So the shadow is completely to the left of the type. In this case, a type. It could be a layer too. The other thing, the other drop shadow, we're going to do the same numbers, but we're going to select the opposite angle. So it's minus nothing. It's just 0. So it's just 0. So it's to the right. And after this, it's going to look like this, which is a little bit of a bled out text. Unfortunate that the background is such a similar color, but we can see it right here. If my Photoshop wants to work, you can see it right here. That's a little bit bled out from the original. The edges aren't so sharp, and it's a little bit thicker too. It's not as exactly bled out. So the next part that I'm going to work right now We're gonna rasterize layer style, not just rasterize text. We're gonna rasterize layer style. And we're going to add the second portion, the second process of the to mimic this text right here is add this layer style right here. They're all going to be available in the description below if I can find a way to extract them. I don't know how to do that. Extract the layer styles from Photoshop, but we can find a way. But I'm going to share the options right here. We have an inner glow which is set to normal opacity 100. Where is my little normal opacity 100, 4% noise, the color of the layer that you want to highlight. Now the color is important. We're gonna choose edge, the origin set to edge. This is to 0%. I don't even know what to translate. Maybe blur. It's the official name. I don't know. 57 pixels is the size, and then the curve is going to be this kind of like backwards S in a weird way. That is just going to help us fill in the middle a little bit better. Then we're going to add a white, because in this way, the shadow right here, like the background of the glow will be white. So if we highlight it, we could do other colors too, but I think it's funnier if we could do white. It's funnier and it's more like interesting. And then we're going to add the same outer glow that we added before, just so it can round up a little bit and be a little bit more nice, but you can also remove it if you want. Then we're going to process all of then I processed all of these 3 texts into the same one, and these 2 I only added the first layer style, and that's how I end up here. The last part is add a displacement map to the texture that you are using. You can just save the texture. I'm not going to do this right here because the text is already processed, but you can take the texture that you're using. I use the texture fabric one. Do 100%, save it as a PNG, a PSD, and use a displacement map on that accordingly. So that's it, guys. This is how I process this type. If you want to know anything or any other technique that I used in any of the posters that I've shared over in Instagram, you can DM me or you can comment down below. Thank you for your time. Apologies for my voice. Subscribe because it helps us out a lot. And that's it. Bye, guys.